have choice. Happy Chinese New Year to all of you, from all of us who are at your service in the Government of Canada, in the Parliament of Canada, and above all on behalf of our Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper, who was in the Greater Toronto area just today with some of my colleagues celebrating Chinese New Year. We are with you in person. We are with you in spirit. We love this celebration because it is Canada's celebration and a world celebration and a celebration of our great relations between this country and China.
大家好，今天晚上他用英语讲，我用国语讲。他说大家祝大家新年快乐。我很佩服他呢，能够在一个短短的时间，马上懂得什么恭喜发财，什么这个步步高升对大家的新年好。在我这一边的话，这是移民部公民部部长，我是梁中新竹市多元文化的国会秘书。在我的左边的话呢是参议院的Interior Regress。我们3位跟大家一起祝贺你们新年快乐。还有呢，今天我们的总理啊，今天下午也是在这个Mississauga这边跟我们华人的团体啊一起在拜个年。
So I am here with Leung, who needs no introduction to this group, an accomplished member of the Chinese-Canadian business community in his own right, Senator Tobias Verga, our first Filipino-Canadian senator, showing the strength not only of this country in business, this country in the world, but our strength as an Asian nation, as a nation connected to Asia by business and of course by immigration. And I have 3 messages for all of you as business people, for you as members of the Chinese business community in this great city in Canada, and also of the Shanghai Chinese Business Association of Toronto and of this region. First, we are determined to build on the fantastic progress we've made at connecting ourselves with China through every form of human exchange possible. And we don't have the full statistics for 2014, but we have the preliminary ones. And ladies and gentlemen, we have grown our relationship through visits, through tourism, through student exchanges, and through immigration to levels that only a few years ago would never have been imagined. Over 300,000 visitor visas, most of them 10-year multiple entry visas, tourist growth in the double digits, students now coming from China much more often than any other country, well over 100,000 Chinese students in Canada today. Those are great statistics on top of the immigration statistics where China continues to send the largest number of immigrants to this country.
我有3个事情从加拿大带给你们的。第一个就是说，加拿大和中国的这个关系啊，到了新的平台上。第一的话呢，我们的全部的这个签证，商务上的签证，和学生上的签证是超过30多万这一年。我们希望呢，这个是日逐的会慢慢在增加的。这一个是呢，在历史加拿大和中国建交以来的73年呢，在历史上是一个最多的这个签证的数字。所以希望呢，我们大家的关系是越来越多、越来越密切。
Secondly, we are committed, as you know, to being one of the great trading nations in the world. We are committed, as almost no other country is today, to opening the door to free trade, to dropping tariff barriers, to making life easier and life more profitable for business people in Canada and everyone around the world who wants to do business in Canada. When you go to the port of Vancouver and you look at 20, 30 major bulk carriers, container carriers in that port, And then you go to the port of Shanghai, the biggest by many measures in the world today. We know that a lot of that cargo is going from Canada to China and from China to Canada because this is a government that has grown the trading relationship with China from $10 or $20 billion a year to $75 to $78 billion this past 2014. That is your achievement, ladies and gentlemen, and we will continue to support you in growing Canada's second largest economic relationship, which is going from strength to strength.
加拿大的这个贸易关系跟中国和尤其是上海港啊，已经增加到700倍。你可以今天在上海港或者在温哥华港，你可以看到超过80%的这些集装箱都是从上海进来的。这个证明的话呢，我们大家两国的或者是两个都市的这个贸易啊，是已经到了一个最高的平台了。我们希望呢，这个可以继续的再增加。等到我们两个地方的大家的商业关系啊，让我们大家再把它更近一点。
And what drives this growth? Of course, we all want success, we want prosperity, we want profits for our private sector, but there are also values at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. We are a country and we are a government that is committed to the success of families. That's why we're giving a family tax benefit this year. That's why we're cutting taxes for the hard-working business people, hard-working families, professionals across this country, because we know that that allows them to do more. On top of that, we and China are countries that are committed to stability, to predictability in business, and to standing together against some of the threats to that stability, including terrorism. That is bringing us together. We have an interest in pursuing those objectives together, and Consul General, we're delighted to be working with you to that end, both in our trade relations and on the international stage, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, despite the success of business, we are living in dangerous times, and we have to make sure that international cooperation for economic success stands up against some of these dangers from those who would literally like to shut down the international economy and who don't share the goal we have of trading and investing together and making our countries more successful together.
第三点信息呢，就是我们是觉得重视这个低税政策，我们做商人呢可以赚多一点钱，也可以把你们赚的钱也可以放在你们口袋里面。第二点的话呢，我们晓得在两个国家里面，我们的政治安定，我们的大家的安全是一个非常重要的，在这一点的话。